We're seeing more close elections. And when you have close elections, you have more room for error.
A unanimous vote by the U.S. Supreme Court today ruling states can punish members of the Electoral College who refuse to vote for a state's popular vote winner in presidential elections. This ruling stemmed from cases here in Colorado and in Washington where so-called faithless electors tried to cast their ballots for someone else to try and block President Trump from becoming president. Thank you for joining us at 5. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. Denver 7's Megan Lopez shows us why the groups fighting against the Electoral College system say this is only the beginning.
This is a very important decision.
Nearly 4 years after the last presidential election and 4 months before the next,
this case really is about protecting the institutions of voting.
A Supreme Court decision reaffirming states' rights when it comes to the Electoral College. In a unanimous decision, Supreme Court justices concluded that states can create rules requiring electors to cast a ballot for whoever won the state's popular vote, and they can remove electors who refuse to do so. For Colorado's Attorney General and Secretary of State, this was the right ruling at the right time before a major election.
We had more faithless electors in 2016 than in a century. So I do think the risk here was growing.
If we wouldn't have pursued this case and if we wouldn't have won, there could have been chaos on the eve of the Electoral College.
But while the states may have won the day,
got to know the rules in order to change them.
Attorney Jason Harrow, who argued on behalf of the electors, says this decision brings up a bigger question.
If the electors in Colorado or any other state have only one choice, then what's the point of their existence?
That's something Polly Baca has been talking about for years.
In 2016, it was a matter of principle.
She's one of the electors who threatened to defect in 2016, and she's an elector once again in 2020.
Unfortunately, today, the Electoral College does not work the way that it was envisioned by our founders.
This time around, Baca says she'll cast a ballot for whoever wins the popular vote. But she's also drawing attention to another question voters will face in November, one about whether Colorado should join the National Popular Vote Compact. The way Baca and Harrow see it, this Supreme Court decision is only the start.
We can think bigger than that as a country. And we can think about whether we like the current system we have of electing a president.
We need to once again amend the Constitution. And we can begin that process here in Colorado.
In a fight over the ballot box at the ballot box. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.